What is up, guys? If you're wondering why I look like an Eskimo right now, it would be because I live in Florida, and in Florida we're very sensitive to the cold, and it's 58 degrees outside. Call me whatever you want, but I am freaking cold and it's 58 degrees. Anyways, let's get to it. Hunter x Hunter episode 57. This episode is pretty much a build-up episode. Not too much happened, but what did happen was fairly significant. We start off with Suzuki and Genthro making their trade. Of course, Genthro's a bad guy, so he sets up this whole trap pretty much, in which they use Levy to steal their cards from Suzuki's whole crew, and then they leave and they go to, I think they go to Macedora. They use a card to get there, a company, and after they're back at the town, they discuss the strategy that they're going to do now to secure the other cards to leave the game. Suzuki, this whole time, he acts pretty much calm, cool, and collected. He tells his team what they're going to do. They're going to find the other cards before Genthro's team gets to find them. And that's basically all that happened on that front. Nothing too exciting. Again, it's a build-up for later events to come. We go back to Gon and Killua, and they are pretty much trying to secure more cards, basically to get up there. They run into another team, and this pretty much sets up the premise for next episode. They run into another team, actually a group of teams, and Killua kind of has tension with a girl on this team named Astra. Now, the goal of this team is to stop Genthro from getting the last cards he needed to get out of the game. So they're trying to monopolize a few other very rare cards so they can pretty much have a final confrontation with Genthro, and one of the teams will get to leave. Now, where they end up by this, they end up going to the next town, in which there is pretty much a pirate gang, we find out, led by a man named Razor. Now, if you guys remember, a couple episodes ago, the Razor was the guy who turned away from the island. He turned the Phantom Troop away from the island. The guy that threw the dodgeballs that exploded. And apparently, we find out he's also the head of this pirate crew. Now, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen now, but next episode, it's pretty safe to say that we're going to have a 15v15 confrontation between Razor's team and Gon's team that they just joined. Now, the thing about this that's going to kind of have a big effect on it is we know that there's going to be a dodgeball scene. If you looked at the opening, you see that there's kind of dodgeball game that goes on, and I think that's what's the next episode going to be. It's going to be a dodgeball game. Now the thing is, we saw Hisoka, Gon and Killua in the opening back to back. Now, not everything that necessarily happens in the opening is going to happen in the actual anime, but we know that since this happened, since Hisoka's somehow going to be involved in this game, I mean, a lot of things are going to happen next episode to set it up. But again, this episode wasn't really that exciting. It was more informational than anything. And I mean, I would take the time to go through all the information that was given to us in this episode, but it really wouldn't be too exciting. Basically, the summary of the information, a little bit of it, you can use cards more than once if you just take them out of their slot instead of calling their name and actually making them tangible. You can use a card more than once. But yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, Genthro also placed a bomb on everybody in the team that Gon and Killua would join. So they are all potential targets of the bomber, except for Gon, Killua, and Biscuit themselves, though. But yeah, overall, this episode, it wasn't too great, but hey, it had to be done. We had to set up the information. I think one of maybe the flaws of the Greed Island arc is the fact that it's a lot of information, and I'm pretty sure that after the arc is over, none of the information is going to matter. So, I mean, it's building up to something, and hey, maybe the finale is going to be really good. I haven't personally read the manga, but there we go. That's the episode. I would give this episode a 3 out of 5, because, I mean, hey, it wasn't too exciting, except for the first about 3 minutes, I'd say. So there you go, guys. £1,000 here. Go ahead to like, subscribe, comment what you think about the episode. I'll see you guys later. Peace.